At the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Dalvin Cook, the ball.
Granted, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, Cook. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
On second down now. It's Cook, and he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chopping at the bit just to get the football. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Draw play. This is Carson. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Carson. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. The 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Game at 7. Michael Dixon.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Final play of the half, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
Into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Lockett the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and 7, operating from the 34. Now it's Carson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Cousins on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Seahawks 30-yard line.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 15 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Lockett the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's got his man on the comebacker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
One last shot for Wilson.
A pass underneath for Carson.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.